Hey guys, hope sound works good. Pinched the shit out of my finger for this video on a fucking mic stand. And impromptu beer. I'm gonna do a little tuning video. A lot of people always ask about tuning on my videos and on everyone's video where they think they have a good sounding kit. Or they love the drum or whatever, but what's interesting to me is I think a lot of times if you have the right mix or if you just have the right drumstick with a fat, I like to play Vader 5Bs and you get this like kind of fat, thick sound, and if you're mixing it with a song, you might have a ringy snare drum or you might have all these problems, but if you play it right, and you play it with the right intention, a shitty drum can it can sound fucking incredible. So a lot of times it's like, it's not really the drum, it's not the tuning, it's the player, it's the song, it's the mix. I've had videos where I have just my drums and I have people say, you have beautiful drums and like you play really good, but the sound you choose for your bass drum and your snare is like the worst. And it's like, yeah, I detune my snare. I almost make it sound like garbage because it sits fatter and behind and in the mix. I'm not gonna crank it up and play like some popcorn snare, like hip hop sound, when I want kind of that fat, wet 80s sound. And I understand that maybe if you take that snare drum and you hit it with that fat, wet sound, and nothing else going on, it really might not sound good alone. But when you stack it in a mix, you play hi-hat with it, or you hit your kick drum at the same time you hit your snare, something that alone sounds shitty sounds great. So that's kind of like my drum philosophy. I don't think I'm the greatest drummer. I know I'm not the fucking greatest drummer ever, but I do know that I really love drums and tone and tuning and heads and just, sound textures and whatnot. I haven't changed my heads in a long time because I have been neglecting my drums. So this is the Kumu 13x8, made by Pekka in Finland. It's got re-rings. It's not the like crazy baseball bat bearing edge. It's like the normal, what is that? I think it's like 45. It has re-rings and then super thin shell. Now with drums and cymbals and anything, and even drum heads, the thinner you go, the lower the resonating tone. So if you think of like a cymbal, like a zilbel is super thick, and you hit it and it's super high pitched. All my cymbals are 22, they're super thin, I can bend them with my hand, and they're low, and they resonate forever, and they wobble. It's same with drums. The resonating tone of the shell, because it's so thin, is actually going to be lower, so this drum can be more suited to lower tunings. I mean, you can crank it too, but that's not really a sound I'm into. But you can also, a lot of people get like drums with huge, thick shells, and you can crank the shit out of those. But this shell is like so thin, you can like, I can literally bend it. Watch. I don't know if you'll be able to see that, but I can fucking bend this drum with my hands. Alright, right now I have Ambassador snare side on with some Pure Sound snares. For the snare side, I always tune it pretty tight. The cool thing about these Pure Sounds is you can undo it and it has these cotter pins, which is pretty fucking sweet. Take that off and you can instantly like fuck around on your bottom head. It's pretty tight. And I just put this tape on last time I was here because I don't know. If you have trouble seating your snare wires, I guess I could make a video for that, but like, it's pretty self-explanatory. Like, it takes some, it might take a little trial and error to get it just right, but you really want, I kind of prefer the wires holding my snare, like sorry, that sounds really stupid. This like felt strip, I prefer like the two wires that are like nylon coated or whatever the hell. But this is what Pure Sound gave me, and there, so I'll deal with it. The main thing for the bottom, the snare wires, one side is obviously anchored, so like you want to watch and make sure you have this wires centered on the bottom of the drum. So like right now, the copper is like chilling right at the edge of the re-ring, and then over here, when it's cinched down, it's like just a hair past where it is on this side, so it's centered pretty good. All right. Sometimes drums collect dust or get dirty, so I blow them out, kind of wipe down the bearing edge, and then if you're a real drum nerd, you gotta line up the logo between the top two lugs, and if you don't do that, and I see you make a video or I see you at a show or whatever, I'm gonna freak out, because, you know, drums are about aesthetics as well as all the other things. So I just put the head on, I get all my lugs, a couple turns in, and then I re-eyeball my my logo, and I can still scoot it, all right? And then I kind of I seat it from the edges, so like two sides, top two sides, and then with opposites, I grab it by the threads. If they're exposed, it's way quicker that way. I don't like to put a key on and turn it for. Actually, if you do put a key on for weight on the top and then spin it, well, that didn't work. Like, it'll go a little faster sometimes. Yeah, kind of like that. So I'm getting these down to just where it just like touches and doesn't want to finger tighten anymore. No tighter than that. And your fingers will get black from spinning the lugs, so wipe them off on your jeans or something if you don't want to get your brand new heads greasy. My head choice, Remo. I like Remo because I feel like their drums, the heads don't dent as much as Evans do. I love a lot of Evans. I used to play EC2s. I play an Evans EMAD, but for my toms and my snare, I've switched over to Remo completely. I either go Ambassador coated, which is 1 ply, Emperor coated, which is 2 ply. On my snare drum, no one ever carries it because my snare's a 13, but I love the controlled sound, right? It's 1 ply with like the gray dot in the middle and it's coated, but no one ever has it in 13. So right now I'm putting Ambassadors on all snare, rack, floor, Ambassadors, and I think even on the bottom of my toms right now, yeah, coated Ambassador, top and bottom. Call me crazy, call me whatever you want. So once I get it down and seated, I'm very odd. I kind of go around, and yeah, you're supposed to do the star pattern. I don't really give a shit about the star pattern. Everyone's tripping. And I just kind of get it, like I push my palm down on the hoop with the same amount of weight every time, and get it to kind of this finger tightened zone. I haven't used any leverage from the drum key. And the bottom head's quite tight. Let me make sure my fucking cameras are still on. Fucking 9 minutes, Jesus Christ. Alright. And then everybody, also the drumstick you play. Vader 5Bs. Vader's a dowel supplier for a lot of the big drum companies. So who do you think they give the best dowels to? Themselves. So they have the best drumsticks. Their 5Bs, they just have like a weight to them, a fatness to them, and call me crazy, but drums honestly sound better when you play with fucking Vaders. I used to play Vic Firth, break all the time. My Vaders, they just shred around the middle because I'm rim shotting all day long. But look at this. These sticks are beast. They don't break. They never break up at the tip like all the other bullshit sticks. So yeah, Vader's great. Get Vader. All right. So this is just to that finger tight spot. just go star pattern, half turn. And honestly, everyone, like, yeah, I'm doing a tuning video, and I'm acting like I fucking know how to tune drums, and I think I do. You know, I get there, but like, I'm no expert. There's no. Every time I get a new head, it's not like, oh, you know, A, B, C, D, it's gonna be perfect. Like, I have to, you know, I have to work on it. So that already, I mean, it's got a little ring on it, as drums always do, but that's not bad. This is really the fucking hardest part. You're really supposed to hit it at each corner and hear the note, and then see if you can get all of the points to have the same note. And people often say too, like, if you hit this side, the best way to change the note of this side is not this lug, it's actually the one furthest from it. So those all sound pretty similar. Yeah, I like that. That's that.